Hello, 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 hello. Hello, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I'm so sorry I am late, a whole 24 hours late. I'm a whole 24 hours. Let me make sure that we are on and popping everywhere because as you know, let's check chats. Mm, mm. Listening to music in my head. I'm just checking because okay, I'm live on YouTube, on the YouTube, just making sure that it's coming through. And I'm also live on LinkedIn. So good. Now, apologies. This obviously was meant to be yesterday. I really was not able to do yesterday, so unfortunately, I had to um, cancel and come on today. So apologies for that. There will be a pause. So next week we won't be on because there's a reason why we're not going to be on. But okay, I'm going to start because I want to do a quick 30-minute powerful packed live today. So for those that don't know me, I'm Ingazi Cadmus. I'm a psychotherapist, social worker turned AI entrepreneur. I help entrepreneurs scale their business with AI so they can increase clients, credibility, and cash flow. Okay. So I help entrepreneurs scale their business with AI. So that's a bit about me. Next week, we have the Build with AI boot camp. Okay, we have probably one of the most incredible events of this year, and I'm not exaggerating. It is going to be so enlightening, so transformative, and just a very powerful place to be in. So you can really imbibe yourself in AI. You can really immerse yourself, and it's a bit like a booster. If you've been dabbling and dibbling in AI, but your momentum has kind of slowed, then that is the event for you. If you're like, okay, I want to see what Ingas is all about and what she's doing and how this can really work in my business, then that is the place for you. Right? It's primarily targeted to entrepreneurs, so entrepreneurs who know their business, who understand their niche, who are getting clients. But there are some people who, are right at the beginning of their business journey, and that is fine, right? You're going to be there and you're going to realize the possibilities of AI and how you can have a AI powered business right now in 2025 and in 2026. Okay, it's more than absolutely possible. Pardon me. Okay, so what is today's topic? What is today all about? Right? What is today all about? Thank you, Jana. Build with AI Bootcamp. Ensure and make sure that you join us. We've got literally nearly 500 people. In less than 4 weeks, we have 500 entrepreneurs that have signed up. So make sure that you sign up and you show up, okay? So what is today's topic? AI. What is today's topic today? Yeah. And why did I call it this? So I called it the game is rigged. Yeah. I called it the game is rigged. Yeah. AI is your cheat code. The game is rigged and AI is your cheat code. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by the game is rigged and AI is your cheat code? So I think it's fair to say that if you come from a lower class background, yeah, if you do not have access to wealth, if you're not a nepo baby, if you are a woman, if you are black, if you are potentially born in what they like to call it, developing countries, or better yet, saying the global south, you have more barriers and hindrances when it comes to acquiring wealth. Yeah. When it comes to acquiring wealth, you have more hindrances if you can't read, if you've got a neurodiverse condition. All of these things contribute to a path that isn't as smooth as we might like it. All right. And if you have a combination of those things, if you're met in the intersection, so you are a black woman, you are a black woman with neurodiversity, you are a black woman with neurodiversity that was in foster care, all of these factors will contribute to potentially the way you view yourself in society, your positionality in society, and how you relate with others, and how you relate with what we call your social capital, and also the ability to acquire wealth. So, right now, for you that is watching it, you might be a professional that's like, okay, I want to know more about this. You might be an entrepreneur that's dabbling in AI, that's getting their footwear, realizes the potential, but hasn't found the time and don't know what to do and don't know how and is overwhelmed with AI right now and what it can do for your business, right? You are sitting in the biggest gold mine because you know as an entrepreneur the difficulties that you have faced just as a human being, right? You know as an entrepreneur the difficulties you probably have faced in your business for many reasons because business is hard. Black, white, indifferent, business is hard. But we cannot deny that business can be much harder depending on the type of person that you are. So we know that for a lot of technological businesses and businesses that seek startup, 0.5% of venture capital money is ever given to black women in particular. In the past year, two massive beauty brands, one in the States and one in the UK, run by black women, have ended. Or one was bought out, went into administration, and one literally ended. So, what does that mean? It means that I believe the game is rigged, but you have to know the game to play it. The game is rigged, meaning that if you don't have the knowledge, if you don't have the social capital, so if you don't have the knowledge capital, yeah, social capital, it's very difficult to make it in business because many people do not have rich friends or rich friends or let's even say rich but wealthy friends and family who can give them a nice startup money. Don't have that. So, and sometimes maybe your credit, for whatever reasons, is very difficult maybe for you to start a business on credit. And then the question really is, you can start a business, but do you know the know-how? Of course, many of us don't know because we're not taught how to start a business in school. In school, we are taught to be employees. We're not taught to be business owners. We're not taught to be entrepreneurs. So for many of us, we have to um, fall down, get knocked back, get up in order to learn. And in doing that, you're living life, you're getting married, you're having kids. So your life is continuing. And for many people, it's hard to take certain risks. So if your first three, four businesses fail, they don't do well, they close, you might be like, I can't do a fifth time because now I've got bills to pay. I invested in family life and you got commitments that you is now more risky for you, right? Because the 20s are the best time to begin to take all these risks. Not that you can't take any risk in the 30s and 40s and 50s or 60s or 70s, but the truth is if you have less dependence, less responsibilities, it's easier to make risks. So I'm saying all this to say, I'm giving you the picture that for most average people like you and I, the game is rigged. You see people time after time start businesses, grow businesses, or get businesses passed down to them. Or you're like, how did this person start this business? How did they come up with this idea? How did they get the funding to see it through the execution? And you're here, you've got plenty of ideas in your head, and you try to execute, or you don't even think you have the capacity or the capabilities to execute it. So, what has AI done for you right now? What has AI done for you and I right now? AI has made it possible for you and I to join the rich game, to join the wealthy train, to join the possibilities of building generational wealth. I want you to take a second to listen to what I just said, to hear it back. AI has now made it possible for the average person to create generational wealth. AI has made it possible for the average person to collapse time and start a business so quickly that within, let's say, a month of starting a business, you can know whether your business is viable or not, and not spend 6 months market researching, creating the website, doing the logo, spending time on the wrong things, not the right things. And then once you finally launch it to the world and you don't get the feedback that you want, the launch is a bit of a flop, you then are disappointed, demoralized, and you don't want to continue in the business. So AI allows what would have taken 6 months done in 1 month. Let me give you an example. So one of the issues that we have for many of us entrepreneurs, right? If you don't come from a design background, is that designing social media content can be very difficult. Whether it's designing it on Canva, whether it's infographics, really nice social media and packages. Remember that there was a period of time that it was really popular on Etsy to buy like these social media packs, people who are good at designing on Canva, and you can buy those packages and you can then be able to use their templates on Canva. I've done that because for many people it doesn't come natural. Also showing up on camera right now, that showing up on camera, really getting ready, showing up on camera consistently, regularly, having something to say, not being intimidated by the camera, right? Wanting to show up and show your face, right? Because you might be the face of your business, and sometimes people are being scared. I worked with a lot of entrepreneurs who are scared to show their face. So when it comes to content, many people find it hard to be consistent. You're consistent for a month, 2 months, you're not seeing the traction that you want, then you become inconsistent. The level of effort that it takes to create the content, then post it consistently, and then not see what you want can be very demoralizing. So I totally get why people stop doing content. I've been there. AI has changed the game. AI has made it possible that mediocre content creators can show high-end images and videos at the fraction of a cost. You ain't got to pay social media agencies to create for you. You ain't got to pay Etsy sellers to create templates for you. You can create beautiful, engaging, highly converting content via AI, so AI content, that you can then do consistently because the level of effort it takes to create the content is reduced. That is the time that we're in. You can create AI models, you can create AI musicians, yeah. You can create AI animations, AI documentaries. Like you can create so many AI content right now that you don't have an excuse not to post content. Let's say you start a business, and of course you want a website, you want to showcase, many people spend a lot of time on the website because that is their visible presence, right? So you spend all of that time on the website. If you do that, you got to spend 2 to 3K for a really good solid website. That's probably minimum. Yeah. Now you can create your own page website in a couple of hours for 30 quid. Are you hearing that? What used to take a month or so, month to 6 weeks, because you've got to create the copy, have the images, go to the web developer, choose the web developer, go back and forth with them. They give you an example, you tweaks, all of that type of stuff to have your website ready. What would normally take your developer a month and a couple of thousands of pounds can take you hours, or let's just say a week max, because you might do it bit by bit over a period of time. A week max for less than 30 quid, depending on what platform you use to create a website. But the point is, you can create your website. And then for many of you who are at that stage, who are making money, hey, for those that are joining, put your name in the chat. Tell me where you're calling from. I'm talking about the game is rigged and AI is your cheat code. Never before are we in this position in society that you no longer have an excuse not to begin to build your business and start your business and grow your business. If you are still making excuses for your lack of consistency, if you are still making excuses for your lack of consistency, if you are still making excuses for your inability to put yourself out there, then you can no longer blame the tools. You can no longer blame the cost. The issue is yourself. The issue is that you're your biggest problem. The issue is that you are scared to succeed. That is the issue. You need to get out of your way. You need to ask yourself a really important question. Can you afford not to use AI? Can you afford not to use AI? That is the question you need to ask yourself. And I will say, no, you cannot afford not to. So as I was saying, AI right now can create content. Yeah, you can create amazing content with AI in seconds. Yeah, you can be a basic designer. You can have no design skills. I have no design skills, but I get constantly messaged every single day about my amazing videos and images. I have no design skills. Why am I getting told that my visuals are beautiful? Because of AI. My websites. I used to pay nothing short of 2K for websites that I produced. I've probably spent on websites and web apps alone over 100,000 plus pounds, because the app that I created was amounted to that, plus the websites I've done over the amount of years I've been in business probably is more than 20-30K altogether. So the amount of money I have invested on websites alone could be a mortgage. I could have bought a nice house up north, maybe a 2 bed or 1 bed up in Crewe for 130K. Okay. Yeah. Do you know what I could have done with 130K? So when I say to you, I've spent big boy money on websites and web apps, I am not playing about. Now I create all my websites in a couple of hours for a couple of pounds. Okay. A couple of pounds, mate. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't got time. If I've got an idea tomorrow, yeah, I've got a post coming out next week that will show you. I created an app in half an hour. Bish, bash, bush. You tell me about that. You tell me about that. So I'm getting excited because people are not understanding. They're not recognizing you're standing between life and death right now. AI is life and death, honestly, because if you don't use AI, your business is death. Basically, you're gonna start a business, your business ain't gonna work. Let me just tell you straight up, because the businesses right now that are doing well using AI, I'm gonna keep a lot of things for the Build of AI bootcamp, because I got a lot of things to say. Yeah, I got a lot of things to say in the Build of AI bootcamp. Okay, so if you are not going to be there, you better be square. So you best get your tickets. It's free. You best get your free tickets. And for those that want to go up, want access to myself, want the workbook, you best get the VIP. Okay, only 97 quid. 97 quid for 3 days. 97 quid for over 7+ hours learning all of the AI. Like, your mind is going to be blown. Your mind is going to be blown. Okay, hi Chiedza, my sister, my Igbo sister. Hello. I love it. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Love to Chiedza. Okay. And last but not least, how do you scale your business, right? You scale your business typically by hiring people to do to do parts of your business that you can no longer do, and to do parts of your business that they are better in. That's how you scale your business. But for many of you, you do not have that money right now. Or if you do have that money, you are reducing your cash flow, you're reducing your runway, or you just are afraid because you've had bad issues with employees. Right now, you can have AI employees working for you 24/7, doing what 3 people can do for one job. Essentially, you can have a marketing team without hiring marketers, without hiring a social media manager. Yeah. Let me tell you this. Yeah. I'm going to give you this for free. Every single thing that I teach, I have done myself. I did social media for myself for years, right? I've been a social media manager. Yeah. I have tried to create my own websites, and I've paid several web developers. I pay web developers in India. I pay web developers in the UK. I pay web developers in America. I have done it all. I think I've had two social media agencies. Yeah. One I was paying 3K for. Yeah. For a whole year. 36K I gave them. I was based in the UK. And I was paying one. I had a social media team in America for about £1,000 a month. They had it at the same time. So I don't think there was, thank God, it wasn't the same time. I would have been mad. So I've used two social media agencies. Okay. Yeah. And I've hired. I've had hundreds of therapists under me. Yeah. I've had a team of 5, 6. I've hired and I've fired. Hired the wrong person, then fired that same person. I've cut back on staff. So what I'm trying to say to you, all of the areas that I teach, all of what is important for you as a business, I have personally dealt with. So when I say AI has leveled me up, has evened the playing field, it means that I can compete with company sizes, right? I'm a size of 3. Yeah, I got a 3. I got 2 amazing, beautiful admins that I have. They're the business. They're the backbone of the business. Okay. With AI, we're like a team of 10. So I'm able to operate like a team of 10. That means I'm able to 10x my output. Okay. So AI is leveling the playing field. It's your cheat code. It is your cheat code. I'm not good with design. I've made some. Sorry, I'm not good with design. I've made some banging websites. Tell a friend to tell a friend. My websites are pang. My websites are good, and most importantly, they convert. They bring in money. Okay, they make me money. My AI employees are making me money. So as I wrap up, what I want to leave you with is that if you are making excuses for the lack of clients in your business, for your lack of credibility, meaning that you don't have a lot of sway in the marketplace, your post doesn't go anywhere, the algorithm is working against you, right? And I say that because I'm not denying that it can do, but some people's reasons or excuse for the algorithm working against you is your posts are they're not that good. That's the honest truth. You're not speaking to your target audience. You think you are, but you're not really got engaging posts. Your posts not great. I know my posts are great. So when the algorithm is working against me, I can say because I've gone viral many a time. So I know when my algorithm is not wanting me to blow, I know it because I've got great posts. But many people don't have that. So the issue isn't the post. The issue is your ability to speak to your audience. So my point is that we make excuses for many things. We make excuses for why we can't show up consistently and post. We can't show up on camera. Why we can't acquire clients. Why our messaging is incorrect. All of these things, right? We make these excuses. I want to blame the tools. Oh, I can't do AI because there's too many tools. I don't know where to start. The excuses. So the issue is yourself. Just be truthful. Once you confront the issue, you look in the mirror and say, I'm the biggest problem in my business right now. How do I get out of the way so that my business can grow, so I can get the freedom, the time freedom that I want, the financial freedom that I want? Then you win. You begin that journey of true self-realization, revelation, then you can begin to adopt the position as an AI leader in your business. I'm not asking you to be an AI expert. I'm asking you to be able to adopt the position of an AI leader so that your business can not only survive, but actually thrive. That's all I say. I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to leave you with that. Drop your name. Let me know if you got any questions. I'll give you a few minutes to answer any questions. Okay, Build with AI Bootcamp, people, them. Build with AI Bootcamp is happening next week, Wednesday, okay? Next week, Wednesday, Build with AI Bootcamp. You got to be there. We have nearly 500 entrepreneurs that have signed up in less than 4 weeks because they understand and they recognize the importance. Yes, Christine, the door will close. What that means, let me give you a little bit of tidbit. What I mean by door closing. See, the thing is, trying to think of an example. I can't think of one. Every time in life, right, when there's a gold rush, the people that jump in early get the most benefit. So what happens is that once the gold rush has come down, the people that come after, they can get benefit, but they always end up playing catch up. And it's only going to be a few people that are able to catch up. So majority of the people that jump in years later, essentially, what I'm saying is that some of the software developers that were behind creating AI are working for non-technical people. They end up being employed by the very tech they created. Let me say that again. The people that created the tools that we're using remain employees, and the people building the businesses around the tools that were created by the coders and software developers are the ones making bank, are the ones making impact, are the ones making money. So if the people that are creating and producing some of these technological advances are not even at the forefront of it, how much more you? So what that basically means, if you do not get in now, black woman, black man, Asian woman, Asian man, every single entrepreneur hearing me, whether black, white, Asian, what have you, if you do not jump on this opportunity now, you are standing at the precipice, at the crossroads between life and death, meaning your business will either flourish and grow and you'll be able to begin to build generational wealth. That's why you started the business, right? To make impact, to change your family circumstances, or death, the death of your business, the death of your dreams. If you think I'm exaggerating, ask the businesses that have collapsed this week. Okay. So, if there are no questions, look, if you are a business owner and you recognize that you're the person I'm speaking to right now, you've got a business and you want to build, then drop me a DM. Okay. Drop me a DM and let's talk about it. I'll send you a link and say, okay, let's get on this because I'm here to help entrepreneurs grow their businesses. Yeah. So I want to see every single one of you that's going to watching this now, watching it on YouTube, watching it back to join the Build of AI Bootcamp. If you're not there, where are you? What are you doing? Get childcare arrangements. Take some time off. I've got people taking time off for the whole 3 days because of this. They ain't sleeping on this. Okay. Thank you so much. I'm Ingzi Cadmus. It's been so amazing. I'm not back next week because of the bootcamp, but I should be back the following week. And then I'm off again for because I'm going to the Philippines. So I'll be back. Let me just confirm. So it is here. I believe I'll be back the next date. I shall be back. I'll be back. So I think the next one that I will do will be the 19th, I believe, 19th of November. Then I'll be away for 2 weeks and then I'll be back on the 10th of December. Okay, so I've got one more live, then I'm back on the 10th of December. Okay? Hey, Monique. Hey. So I've got one more live and I'll be back on the 10th of December. Okay? So I'm going to love you and leave you. Hit me up. Let's chat it up in the DMs. And have a good evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. Take care. Bye.